It is a beautiful night outside. The snow is falling. The temperature is in the single digits, and that just means it's perfect hockey weather. We're here inside of Fogarty Arena. Blaine taking on Centennial in a Northwest Suburban Showdown. What a matchup we have for you tonight live on North Metro 15 here at Fogarty Arena in Blaine, Minnesota. The arena is continuing to fill up. We've got ourselves a doozy of a matchup here. Matt Bishop here with you, joined up in press row by Matt Johnson as the teams come out. First Centennial and then Blaine. And Matt, for Centennial right off the bat, you look at their impact player, and it's a guy named Reiner Gorowski tearing it up this year.
He has 37 points. As you can see, he's got 15 goals and also leads the team in assists with 22. Reiner Gorowski is a quick player. The Cougars will rely on his speed if they want to win tonight. His younger brother also on the squad is a senior captain. Those two, a dynamic duo for the Cougars.
The third member of our broadcast crew, Rosie Erickson, talked to Centennial head coach Rich Meny.
Here with Rich Meny, coach for Centennial. You're ranked number 9 versus Blaine at number 8. Do you consider them a rival?
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, I've got an 8-year-old mite, and I think he's in the rival mode already. So yeah, no, it's a great rivalry. Our kids look forward to playing these guys, and especially at Fogarty. So yeah, no doubt about it, it's a rivalry.
Last time you played Blaine, they had a lot of shots on net. What are you going to do to limit their shots?
Well, hopefully stay out of the penalty box. You know, the last time we played them, we were in the penalty box an awful lot, and that helped them out an awful lot. So hopefully stay out of the box, and we've got to play really sound D coverage. So hopefully that'll do it.
Well, Reiner Gorowski, that is his name, right?
Yep, that's right.
Standing out big time this year, 37 points. What is the key to being such a great player like himself?
You know, Reiner is he just works his rear end off every day, and he's a great kid to be around. But I think his work ethic is what does it. And, you know, he's got a great attitude. I think the guys really, truly like being around him. You know, and he's a guy you root for.
Absolutely, and he's going to stand out today?
I sure hope so.
All right, well, the best of luck. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Reiner Gorowski, a big guy for Centennial. For Blaine, their big gun offensively, Matt, is a guy by the name of Tyler Klein. Wears the number 26. Almost identical stats to Gorowski point-wise.
Yeah, 18 goals in the season. I believe he's actually got a few more than 12 assists. Spent just a little bit of time in the penalty box. But Tyler Klein is certainly a leader on this team. Has won himself a starting role throughout the course of this season. Continues to get better as the season has progressed.
Blaine's head coach is Dave Oss. Rosie talked to him before tonight's contest.
Hi, Coach. You have a 40% success rate on power plays. What is the key to a success rate like that?
Well, having pretty skilled players certainly is a big part of it, and we spend a lot of time with it each day, and you know, just really spending time and watching a lot of film, things like that.
Sure. Well, last time you played Centennial, you defeated them 2-1 in overtime. What did you learn from that game?
Well, I learned that you know, that we needed to do a better job of finishing. We certainly had opportunities that night, and their goaltender played very well, and you know, we learned that that's a strength of theirs, is goaltending and defensive zone plays. So you know, I think you learn stuff every game you play, whether you win or lose.
Sure. Okay. Well, last game you defeated Anoka, and you had 11 players contribute. Are you happy with the depth of your team?
Well, certainly, yeah. That's a huge advantage for us that a lot of teams don't have, and we're gradually trying to get more and more guys ice time just to get that experience, because you never know what's going to happen. In fact, we've got a kid out injured tonight, and so one of our young guys is going to have to step in and fill that spot, and that's why you continue to try to develop those guys.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach Oz, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Blaine Centennial national anthem going on right now. Puck drop on the other side of this break right here on North Metro TV.
Known for its vineyards and hilltop villages, Umbria is also known for its delicious tasting pizza, made traditionally from the finest ingredients. Umbria Pizzeria will make you taste the difference, smell the love, and transport you to Italy.
La cena è pronta. Dinner's ready.
You might even begin to feel like an Italian.
Delicioso.
Umbria Pizzeria, turning taste into memories.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
for your full service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
if you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
Welcome back, everybody, to Fogarty Arena here in Blaine, Minnesota. Centennial against Blaine. And Matt, you know, I was getting ready for this game, going into today, talking to the coaches, and now seeing the fans file in. This isn't just another hockey game. This is a big game.
No, it doesn't get any better than that, especially here in the state of Minnesota. As you take a look at the starters, Tyler Klein, Tyler Frischman, Brandon Ortman, the forwards for the Bengals, Alex Kopa and Ian Scheid on the defensive side. And then for Centennial, Kenny Sina, Hans Gorowski, and his brother Reiner Gorowski, the forwards. Their defenders are Ryan Meany and Tom Herron. But we talked, Matt, about just how big this game is for both these teams. Both coaches say they're just as pumped up as the players are, and every time they play, no matter what their records, it is certainly a fun game. But it helps the fact that both these teams are really good last year, 2 of the top 10 in Class 2A. Patrick Munson is the goaltender for Centennial. He'll be facing off against Bailey Catola for Blaine. How about the last time these two teams played? Patrick Munson made 56 saves in one game, Matt. We were there. Absolutely an incredible game to watch. Blaine beat Centennial 2-1 in overtime over at Centennial Sports Arena. So the Cougars with revenge on their mind. And boy, a couple of teams very strong. Centennial 15-3-2, Matt. The Bengals 14-4-1 coming in. Number 8, Blaine versus number 9, Centennial in the Let's Play Hockey rankings. And here comes Klein on the right wing side. Stops at the half wall, goes over to Brandon Norderman. Now Norderman up to the top. That's Mackey. Mackey, wrist shot, kick, save, rebound, goal! Scoring for Blaine, Brandon Norderman. Off the shot by Tyler Mackey, and the Bengals take an early 1-0 lead. 25 seconds into the contest, and the pep band and the crowd are going bonkers here at Fogarty. Well, an absolutely huge play for the Bengals early on. This is something they worked on in practice. Those rebound deflected pucks, and they drove the net strong here. It resulted in the first goal. Coach Oss said before the game they want to attack the net more. They did it right there, and it paid off. Let's take a look at the replay. Norderman just in the right place at the right time. Mackey's going to get the primary assist on that goal as Catola has to play it near side. As Schwartz dumps it back in. Norderman's 16th goal of the season, his 29th point. So we have a stoppage in play. Single assist went to Mackey 25 seconds into this contest. And Matt, what does that say about the energy that both these teams have come out here with? I mean, the Bengals do not waste any time. It is tough to score that early, but their system's working certainly here very quickly early on. Schwartz in the neutral zone, sends it ahead, taken by Zach Wiley. Wiley for the Bengals, spins around in the far side corner, gives it off to Joey Lau. Joey Lau goes near side, Scheid sends it ahead. Kicking it up is Norlin. Looks like there'll be a stoppage in play as offside is called. With 15:51 left, 1-0 here on North Metro TV. Matt Bishop, Matt Johnson, Rosie Erickson, the talent portion of this crew. Our directors Kenton Kitt and a cast of thousands back in the truck. Making magic, as we always do, right? As we always do. Face-off won by Centennial. Now Pitlick sends it into the far side corner. Going after it for Blaine is Alex Kopa. Kopa scored the overtime winner last time these two teams played as Pitlick takes it. Good stick work there by Frank Vesio. Again, a Centennial Cougar goes down, loses an edge. Here comes Blaine the other way. Centennial with it, Meany goes off the boards. Taken over by Blaine's Kopa. Kopa sends it ahead. Nick Simpson was in the vicinity. Blaine will change all 5 guys.
Now Centennial moves it up. Pitlick was cherry picking on the blue line. Can't get to it. He'll go off for a line change. Some very familiar names for Centennial in the sense of Pitlick and Gorowski. We'll talk about that later. Now Blaine with numbers. Norderman has Klein in front of the net. Looks for him. The pass gets deflected. Good hustle behind the net by Klein to disrupt Heron, trying to move the puck up. But Heron moves it far side. Gorowski. Gorowski, what a play defensively by Tyler Mackey. Mackey just saved the goal by deflecting that pass. Reiner Gorowski tries to take a quick shot. It's deflected, and here come the Bengals. Klein. Klein, wrist shot just goes wide. Tried to go glove side on Patrick Munson. Now moves it up. Jurgens rather. Blaine sends it the other way. Taking it is Will Schwartz. Now a shot, sharp angle by Dallas Gerads went, I believe, off the right pad of Munson. And it goes wide. So far, all Bengals here in the first couple minutes of this ball game. Moving the puck out of his own zone is Will Jurgens, but it gets tied up. Now Hans Gorowski with it on the near side circle. Gorowski loses it to Joey Lau. Lau puts a shot on that, rebound loose in front, and it's cleared all the way down. That's going to be an icing, and that icing directly because of the pressure the Bengals are putting on here to our right in the offensive zone.
I was just thinking the same thing, Matt. Blaine has come out not only strong offensively, attacking the net as we saw with that first goal within the first 25 seconds of the game, but their defense has been clutch here in the last couple of minutes. Centennial has yet to get a shot on goal on the net.
Face-off won by the Cougars, and they move it out. Heron sends it far side. Wyatt Close with the shot. Doesn't make contact with the goaltender, and the Bengals move it back into the neutral zone. Max Corey sends it ahead, loses it. Flipping it into the Centennial zone is Alex Copa. Big check put on there by Jake Mysick as the Bengals again put the pressure on. Here's Simpson. Simpson sends it down low, goes off for a line change. Good stick lift by Brandon Noderman, the goal scorer. Noderman gets double teamed, loses the biscuit, and it's on the near side. Our vision's somewhat obstructed by a mass of Centennial students to our right. Noderman brings it up the net, kick save by Munson. Still the puck is loose, goes off a stick, and it's taken near side.
Tyler Frischman just missed a rebound opportunity there, Matt. It was right in front of him.
Sharp angle shot by Klein. Goes off of a Centennial shin guard. And then taking a shot from the point was Tanner Tuft. And that's gloved by Patrick Munson. And you look at the crowd here, very Centennial heavy on our side of things. Blaine fans still filling in. Now, of course, they've got the pep band and I think the entire girls hockey team here. So the face-off will be to the Blockers' side, and it's won by Dallas Gerads. Puts it behind the net. It's taken there by Joey Lau. Lau sends it to the point where Mackey tries to put a shot on, and it's taken the other way by Lovick. Lovick, Hughes, and Pitlick out there for Centennial. Hughes wears the number 7. He's waiting for that puck to squirt loose, as is Pitlick. It's tied up on the near side half wall in the Blaine zone. Moving it out are the Bengals. Here's Gerads. He has Lau. Lau tries to toe drag to his backhand, gets it taken away, but stays with the play. Up and down action here. No penalties thus far. Here's Klein. Klein, wrist shot deflected off of skate, and it goes wide. Lau with it again. He's had a great shift so far, really working on those puck battles. Now the puck tied up in some skates, and Klein sends it deep. Gerads crashing towards the net. The pass in his direction gets deflected. We're going to have a penalty on Blaine as the stick breaks, and going off is going to be Joey Lau, I believe. I think it may be a cross-check. Lau's going off, but it could be cross-checking for a play just down to our right. An elbow.
We talked about how both of these teams are going to be physical tonight, Matt, and we've seen that early on. Both of them have been physical. Both teams saying before the game we want to stay out of the penalty box, and you'll see Joey Lau will be going to the box right now. The Bengals spending 154 penalty minutes in the box this season. Centennial's at 221 penalty minutes. So a couple of teams that play especially physical in this kind of a rivalry game.
Last time these two teams met, Blaine had 12 penalty minutes, Centennial had 16. Blaine is coming off of a contest Thursday at Anoka where they took down the Tornadoes 8-2. In that game, 6 different goal scorers, 11 different players with a point. So no surprise to see their offense clicking early here.
Indeed, they coming off a big one like that, they still have some momentum perhaps from that last game. The penalty on Lau was for elbowing, so the Cougars will have the power play opportunity here, their first of the night.
Blaine's penalty kill has struggled on the season, just 69.8%. But they start off this kill well by clearing it all the way down and forcing Munson to leave it behind his net. Good stick work there by Hans Gorowski. Gorowski gives it off to Reiner Gorowski. Hans Gorowski shoots and scores. What a twisted wrister by Hans Gorowski. His 15th goal of the year, his 3rd on the power play, and we've got a tie game, 1 apiece. That didn't take long with the man advantage, huh?
Well, no, the Cougars are pretty successful on the power play on the season with 17 power play goals. This their 18th on only their 2nd shot of the night, Matt. That came at just a perfect time, very opportune time. The Cougars needed it. And if anybody's going to score, it's going to be this guy. Look at him break loose between a couple defenders. The long wrist shot, as you said, Matt Bishop, calling it perfectly. Reiner Gorowski ties it up.
Another power play goal for Gorowski, his 3rd of the season. 32 points for Hans Gorowski. Ryder Gorowski gets an assist. Colin Hughes also gets a helper on that one. So Blaine showing that you have to stay disciplined or it comes back to bite you. Big hits being put on as the Bengals have it behind the Cougar net. Klein tried to leave it for Norderman, and Centennial's going to go to the box for a cross check.
Well, here we go, Matt. You know, we the last game we did together was very much back and forth, just like we expect this one to be. But two teams who really don't like each other. They're going to score, they're going to attack the net, and they're going to be physical. We've seen all of that here in just the first 7 minutes.
Obviously, because North Metro does Blaine, Centennial, and Spring Lake Park, we present an unbiased view. But I'm just saying, I'm a Blaine High School alumnus, and I know when I was a high school kid, we didn't like Centennial. So you know, with these kids, it's got to be the same thing.
Indeed. It certainly is a feeling on both sides. I actually went to Centennial, so we can relate a little bit.
The broadcast just changed.
We're objective now.
Bengals setting up the power play. Klein was looking for a cross-ice pass. It skipped his stick. And now it's held in at the point by Copa. Copa far side to Lau. His shot gets blocked. Lau with it. Good move there behind the net. Now swings back to the corner. Goes to the point. Copa. Copa near side Klein. Klein has it half a stick. And then Pitlick pokes it away. Copa keeps it in his own. Puts it towards the net. It's deflected up and over the net. And now to the near side half wall where Klein has it. Up to the point. Looking for Copa was Gerads. And Pitlick with a great shift on the penalty kill so far. He's been all over the place. Very active stick by Pitlick.
Unlike the Bengals, the Cougar penalty kill a little bit better. 80% on the season. They've tried to kill the next minute of it here.
Puck tied up. There's Gerads. Also there's Riley Tuft. They're fighting for control. Puck goes back along the boards. Cross ice looking for Lau is Klein. The pass doesn't connect. Klein drops it back down low. Great kill by the Cougars thus far. Now getting taken down is the Bengal. Anderson took him down. No penalty. Fans didn't like that one. Now a quick pass near side. Gerard shot. Saved by Munson. And the rebound goes to the near side Klein. Up to the point. Copa back to Klein at the slot. Across. Lau. Back to Klein. Klein. Shot into the glove of Munson. Rebound loose in front. Joey Lau with the now. He shoots. Rebound and the Bengals score. Dallas Gerads with the goal. And what a relentless effort by the Bengals on that power play.
absolutely breathtaking. That last minute and a half on the power play, Matt Bishop, was absolutely incredible. Watching both of these teams go at it, I was just about to say Patrick Munson had done a great job of stepping up here. He got some help from his defenders as they lay out in front of the net, but then the puck gets loose. The Bengals don't give up, and Giraz with the shot just barely had to tap it in across the line.
And how about Lau's awareness? Watch him on that left slot right there. Lau stays home, doesn't get out of position, puts it on net. He'll get the primary assist on Giraz's goal. Dallas Giraz leads the team in power play goals with 5 on the season. That's his 13th overall.
Yeah, all Giraz had to do was tap it in after Joey Lau, as you say, coming up huge, getting that puck into position for the score, putting the Bengals up 2-1.
A referee talking to the Bengals bench. Not entirely sure what about. And what you saw too after both of these goals, Matt, is the Blaine goal scorer going straight to the Centennial student section, well, visiting section rather, and just hopping into the boards Alex Ovechkin style. You love that, you know, as a broadcaster, as a hockey fan.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's so intense in here right now. It's unbelievable.
You really can't describe the feeling in this building. You know, the Bengal fans on the far side, the Cougar fans on this side. We got a whistle.
Another Centennial penalty.
It's elbowing.
Second elbowing call we've seen. First one on Centennial. Blaine had an elbowing call as well. So the Bengals will go back on the power play. Not too sure who got the secondary assist on Giraz's power play goal. I think it may be Jesse Norling. We'll wait till we get the official scoring after the period. As the Bengals start the power play, kick saved by Munson on a shot by Klein from the point. Klein gets it back, high slot, wrist shot, another save by Munson. Klein and Sina exchange some pleasantries right in front, and they're going to send both of them to the box. These are going to be offsetting roughing minors on Tyler Klein and Kenny Sina.
And Matt, I'm already losing track of the penalties and the goals. I mean, this is intense. You know, we expected it to be this way. Certainly neither coach wants this, though. As much as you feel that intensity in the building, it certainly is translating out there on the ice, too.
Definitely. I've interviewed enough coaches over my 5 years of broadcasting, and they love when your players are intense. They don't like seeing them sit for 2 minutes in the sin bin. At the point for the Bengals, here's Ian Scheid. Scheid goes in the near side half wall, and then the Bengals go down low. That was Frischman with it, goes back to Scheid. Far side, Mackey has it. Down low to Mysick. Jake Mysick over to Brandon Noterman, the first goal scorer for the Bengals in this game. The Bengals take it up to the point. Deflection in front. Goes up and into the stands, and we'll have a face-off to the blocker side of Patrick Munson. Remember, last time these two teams played, Munson made 56 saves. A 2-1 overtime loss.
He's got 8 so far tonight. 2 have gone through the net, but you know, before that second one went through, Munson, who was just being rattled out there, those pucks coming at him like bullets, Matt. He did a great job of defending, but he just couldn't keep it up as he needed some help from his defense. In that second Bengal goal, he didn't get it.
Bengals lose it out of the zone, and they clear it.
And Centennial, on the other side, has got just 2 shots on goal so far tonight. So it is 2-1 Bengals at the moment. So just 2 shots on goal for the Cougars, 10 for the Bengals as we resume here with 7.5 to go in the opening period. The Bengals in their own zone. Moving it across center ice. Joey Lau made an impact on that last goal. Pitlick takes it the other way. The Cougars want an icing call, and they're going to get it, or a whistle here, and they're going to get it. So it's going to be a penalty on Brandon Noterman. He'll go to the box. I believe it's a slashing penalty. So, boy, the physicality of both of these teams is really showing here out on the ice. Look, number 4 right here. We can't quite see it there, but it looks like he tripped up Pitlick. Pitlick does fall to the ice. Tripping penalty officially, as you saw in the replay. So now we're going to be 4-on-4 here for a little while, about the next 10 seconds or so. And then the Cougars will be on the power play as they threaten here down in the Bengal zone, right in front of the net. A couple Bengals there. The Cougars trying to rebound it. They're back. Now to full strength is Centennial. For the next minute 20, the Cougars on the power play. In front of the Bengal net. The shot and the goal! Andrew Bertrand was in on the play. Number 5, the senior captain for the Cougars, ties it up. At 11:32 in the first period, Nordman, who gets pushed over there after the goal. Look one more time here. You'll see number 5 just gets it under the net, or excuse me, under the stick of the Bengal goalkeeper. Bailey Katoa, one of the first times we've called his name tonight. Tested there. Nonetheless, we are knotted up at 2 with 6 minutes plus to go in the opening period. A slew of penalties, 3 on each side so far. There was also the offsetting penalties. So Gorowski gets his second assist of the night on the Bertrand goal. And wow, you barely have time to take a deep breath here as these teams continue to go back and forth. We'll have a face-off pending here momentarily with under 6 minutes to go in the opening period. A face-off left wing down in the Cougar zone. There's Bertrand. The Bengals get the face-off and they stick it right to Munson, who takes it in the chest, no problem. A little bit of extracurricular activity after the whistle. Nordman for the Bengals, number 4, had his gloves off for a moment. The Bengals and Cougars. This is hockey in Minnesota, folks. Doesn't get much better than this right here on North Metro TV. Face-off coming. Nordman and Adam Anderson for the Cougars. The Cougars control momentarily. It's going to go all the way back down to the Bengals zone now. No icing. The Bengals will take it behind their own net. 5.5 to go now. Bengals looking for a pass up across center ice. Out in front of the net. Bengals continuing to put the pressure on Munson and the Cougar defense. Down to the corner now. The Cougars will give chase. They've got it behind their own net. Meany on the far side. Loses it. Bertrand gets it up across center ice now to Wyatt Close. Close gets a pass out front to Meany, but the Bengals were there to break it up. Great defensive effort for Blaine. Now Nick Simpson goes the other way and loses it at the blue line. Far side, Tanner Tufty's got it into the neutral zone. At center ice, the Bengals will clear it down to Munson, the Cougar goalkeeper. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go now in the opening period. It is 2-2. Blaine and Centennial tied up despite just 3 shots on goal for the Cougars. Three shots and 2 have gone in. Down in the corner, they battle for it near the Blaine student section. Back in the neutral zone now. Cougars try to get it going the other way. Under 4 to go now. Both teams have changed lines. They'll have an icing call. We face off at the other end. So with under 4 minutes to go now in a tie game, Reiner Gorowski's already got 2 assists for the Cougars. 1 on that last Bertrand goal a couple of minutes ago. The Cougars scoring at 6:54 and 11:32. Blaine scored 25 seconds in, and then about 5 minutes ago. Face off down in the Bengal zone. Blaine controls it. Here they come across center ice with some speed. The shot is right into Munson. But excellent effort by Jesse Norling coming out of the wing, putting the pressure on as the Bengals have done all night long. Look at Norling's speed here to get the one-on-one opportunity. And no problem to stop by Munson. The puck came loose, though, out of his chest, out of his mitt there, but he's able to hold on. Face off now, right wing, into Cougar zone with under 4 to go on the clock. Bengals have got it. Wiley, shot, and the goal! Frischman was there as well, number 28. And another quick shot and goal for the Bengals. They'll take the lead back 3-2. And no celebrating in front of the Cougar net this time. But Brandon Nordeman, all smiles as the Bengals take the lead right back. Look one more time. They battle for position behind the net. The long shot and then the goal. Frischman celebrates, and Nordeman should get the assist. So not a couple of minutes from the last Bengals score. This correction is Wiley they're going to give the goal to. My apologies, that was a long shot from the right wing on that last goal. Wiley from Nordeman and Klein. 2 assists on the goal. With 3:21 to go, that goal coming into 13:25 mark. 2 minutes removed from the Cougar goal by Bertrand. So the Bengals don't waste any time answering, and now they've got the lead back with just a couple minutes to go here in period number 1. We'll have a face-off now at right wing. We're switching up here. It'll be Joey Lau, and then for the Cougars, it's Adam Anderson. Adam Anderson controls the faceoff, gets it to Bertrand across center ice. Long shot, wide of Katola. Katola with just 1 save tonight. He's not been tested a lot, but when he has, the Cougars have been able to score. The Bengals, though, out shooting Centennial by 4 times or more. 13-3 in the shots on goal department as the Bengals continue to pepper the Cougar defense and Patrick Munson. At this point, they've got the lead at center ice. Here they come. The Bengals with 2:40 to go on the clock. Physical here on the near side in front of the Cougar bench. Down in the corner now, they battle for possession. Waiting for the loose puck is Norling. Down there with him is Dallas Gerads, who had a goal here in the first period. 2:15 to go now. The Cougars defend their own net, and they're going to take it the other way. Wyatt close across center ice. Down to the corner, they'll clear it, no icing. Bengals kick it back out to the near side. Cross center ice now. These Cougars will step back defensively. Puck flies into the ceiling, and that'll give us a whistle. The face-off coming here at the red dot on the far side, down here in the near the blue line. 1:53 to go. 3-2 Bengals in a battle early on. A couple of the top teams in the state here facing off. That one is right into the chest of Bailey Gatola. No problem for Gatola. That's just his second save of the evening. Good job of covering it up. Centennial now with time running out, trying to tie it back up. The Bengals, though, continuing to put pressure on offensively. We've calmed down here in the last couple of minutes. It's been a whole 4 minutes we've gone without scoring or a penalty. Imagine that. Far side now, a little over a minute to go. The Bengals behind the Cougar net, trying to get the centering pass out front to Nordeman. Nordeman runs into a couple of Cougars. Frank Vesio now kicks it down into the corner. 1 minute to go now in the period. The Cougars here get it back defensively. Nice effort by Rich Meany. Or Ryan Meany, rather. Meany now back behind the Bengals net with 45 seconds to go. Bengals control it for the moment. Bertrand gets it back in the neutral zone. Shot down off the right glove of Katola. Sets it back down for his defensive unit, and here they come. Bengals across the neutral zone. Simpson gets a stick on it, but the puck flies into the safety net. We've got a whistle and a timeout. A Bengal coming off the ice is Dallas Gerads. 27 seconds premature at the end of the period. Perhaps shaken up a bit. We'll have a face-off at center ice now with 25 seconds to go. We'll push on the far side. There's a battle for position. Bertrand gets it up to center ice, finding Close. Wyatt Close run into on the far side. Bengals take it back now behind their own net, trying to defend here with 8 seconds to go. 5 now on the clock in a 3-2 game. In the corner, they battle for the loose puck, and the buzzer is going to sound to end period number 1. 3-2, the Bengals leading this one with goals from Nordeman, Gerads, and Wiley. The first Bengal goal coming just 25 seconds in. The Cougars answered with a Hans Gorowski goal, and Bertrand scored later in the period, make it 3-2. Both goalies being tested here at the first intermission. It's 3-2 Bengals. We'll be back with more on North Metro TV.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at an all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Frilly, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Back here live on North Metro TV, the Pee Wee guys down there playing a little hockey during the intermission. The Bengals leading at 3-2, and Rosie Erickson is down ringside with one of the Cougar stars from the first period. Rosie.
Here with Gorowski, number 20, during the first intermission. What are you guys going to need to do to limit their shots? Currently, they have 13 on goal, well, compared to your guys' 4.
Yeah, we're playing some bad D-zone coverage. Our wings aren't staying on their D. So we just got to correct some D-zone errors, and we got to control the puck in their offensive zone and get some more shots.
Similar to last game, you're only down by 1. What are you guys going to need to do to pick up your momentum and lead to a victory?
We got to start taking body more. We've been getting outplayed. We're losing races to the puck, so we got to fix some errors and get some shots on goal. Their goalie's not that good, so.
Well, tonight you guys have had very effective power plays. What are you going to need to do to keep it up?
I mean, we're shooting the puck. We got 4 shots on net, 2 goals. I mean, keep on shooting the puck, they'll go in.
That's right. Well, good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rosie Erickson down ringside with Reiner Gorowski with 2 assists so far in the game on the Cougars, 2 goals. But the Bengals lead it 3-2 on a couple of goals of their own. Norderman, Gerads, and Wiley with goals in the first period. Mackey, Lau, and Klein had assists. 3-2 Bengals at the first intermission. We'll be back here momentarily on North Metro TV. Stick with us. Welcome back. We are at Fogarty Arena here in Blaine, live on North Metro TV, home of the Bengals. Hey, the Peewees, the little guys out there having some fun during the first intermission. The Bengal band and the Bengal fans in the house on the far side pretty happy with their performance so far. They lead the Cougars 3-2 in a full house at Fogarty Arena. Here's a look at some of the highlights from period number 1. The Bengals didn't waste any time scoring their first goal of the night. Here's a look at it. It's Brandon Norderman, just 25 seconds into the game here. Goes really from the right wing, gets the long shot here, assisted by Mackey. It was Norderman's 16th of the season. There's another look at it there. The Bengals were up 1-0 at that point. Then the Cougars came back. About 6 minutes later, Hans Gorowski here with some speed down the ice. Left wing, his shot goes. Assisted by Reiner Gorowski as well as Hughes. That made it 1-1. And then Gerads, Dallas Gerads here. The puck comes loose. He's in the right place at the right time. Joey Lau setting that one up, made it 2-1. Bengals, here's one more look. Joey Lau got it out in front of the net, and Gerads was there, made it 2-1 Bengals. The Cougars answered just a couple of minutes later. Andrew Bertrand. The assist from Gorowski here, look at this one. It tied the game up at 2-2. Physical down there after the goal, but Bertrand with his 14th of the season made it a tie game. And then the Bengals took the 3-2 lead right here. Celebrating the goal is Zach Wiley, his first of the year. Norderman and Klein on the assist with just 3.5 minutes to go in the opening period. There's a look, 3-2, your game summary. 13 shots on goal for the Bengals, while the Cougars had just 4. An area that we heard Hans Gorowski say at the intermission interview with Rosie they need to improve on. He says if we keep getting pucks on net, we should be okay. Both teams 100% on the power play. Very impressive as the Cougars are 2 for 2 and the Bengals 1 for 1. 4 total penalties so far in the game. Both teams spending 4 minutes in the box. Had the offsetting penalties. And then we had 3 others for each team. So a physical game so far, a good one. 3-2, the Bengals lead. Matt Johnson here, Matt Bishop, hopefully be rejoining us shortly. And our third member of our team, Rosie Erickson, doing a great job speaking with Gorowski at the intermission. The Bengal fans warm up. They're up 3-2. We're back in a minute.
Known for its vineyards and hilltop villages, Umbria is also known for its delicious tasting pizza. Made traditionally from the finest ingredients, Umbria Pizzeria will make you taste the difference, smell the love, and transport you to Italy.
La cena è pronta. Dinner's ready.
You might even begin to feel like an Italian.
Delicioso.
Umbria Pizzeria, turning taste into memories.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Frilly, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Join Ben Hale every Friday on North Metro TV News.
Check it out. Oh, that is magnificent.
Here comes the big one, Elizabeth.
I love it so much. I'm feeling a little guilty on account of me being married. There are 8 wonders in the world.
I can't believe it.
Pinch me. I think I'm dreaming.
Okay.
No, it's real.
Ooh, yes.
My name is Fran Sorensen. I am an artist. I am an educator, and I have been educating students for 25 years. I am also a collector. I collect salt and pepper shakers. I collect postcards. I collect rocks. And I write on the bottom of all my rocks telling where they're from and who they're from. I love square dancing. I make my own TV shows free at North Metro TV, and I love it.
Get started by signing up for free TV production classes at 763-231-2803 or eric@northmetrotv.com.
Welcome back to Fogarty Arena here in Blaine. The Bengals leading the Cougars by a score of 3-2 right now. Matt Johnson here along with Rosie Erickson. Hoping Matt Bishop will rejoin us shortly. An impressive first period of play, Rosie Erickson. 5 total goals between these two teams. An absolute intense battle so far.
Right. Last time they played, they obviously went into a shootout and Blaine won 2-1. So it already has been intense, only 1 period down. You know, what's impressive, although Centennial only has 4 shots, they have 50% success rate.
Yeah, just 4 total shots on goal for the Cougars. Certainly not where they wanted to be in that department right now. The goalie for the Bengals has struggled a little bit. Bailey Katoa letting 50% of them go through. But on the other side of the puck, you've got to realize Centennial has allowed Blaine 13 shots on goal, and they've let 3 go through. So the Cougars, as you spoke with Gorowski during the intermission, Rose, they've got to get more pucks on net. So we are underway here for the second period of play. at Fogarty. 3-2 Bengals. We mentioned goals in the first period from Nordman, Gerads, and Wiley. The Cougars got goals from Hans Gorowski and Andrew Bertrand. And the Cougar fans on the near side pumped up. They've made their way here down Highway 65. The Bengal fans on the far side with the pep band in full force. Certainly a feeling in this building, Rosie, that both these teams really want a victory. They're two very talented teams.
Huge rival here. You know, obviously we know their rankings. Blaine at 8, Centennial sitting at 9. And then also just the fans. You know, they all come out to support both their teams. And we've been hearing them go back and forth cheering for their team. Something Blaine did last time. They had about 56 shots, I think.
They did.
And they scored 2 out of that. So seeing tonight they have 13 and scored 3, already impressive. Big shot off, it's saved by Centennial.
So 16 minutes to go here, the first minute of the period underway. And the Cougars kind of finding themselves on their heels defensively early on. 2 quick shots on goal for the Bengals. Now down behind their own net are the Bengals. They battle for the loose puck. Here come the Bengals again. It's Jesse Norling on the wing across center ice. Gets the pass out front. The shot! No good, a little bit wide. And the Bengals were there, ready for the rebound. Tyler Frischman coming up strong. It looked like it was Jesse Norling on the shot, and he looks like he is still down. Dallas Gerads is actually gingerly getting up off his skates.
Looked a little intense out there. I thought I might see my first fight. I hope I don't see one, but...
Well, between these two, Rosie, it certainly is possible. Although they've been pretty good sports so far. They're going to get their share of penalties, as we've seen, with 4 on each side in the first period. But, you know, both coaches saying they really wanted to kind of mellow down. Rosie, I thought you'd have been in a fight at some point in your life.
Well, I didn't play hockey.
Okay.
But who knows otherwise. No, I'm so sweet.
Yeah, we like to think that. We only know you a couple nights a week for a few hours during our broadcast, though. So.
Hey, nothing but nice, right?
Yeah. Behind the Cougar net now, the Bengals trying to regain control of the puck here. They've got 3 early shots on goal here in the opening minute and a half of the period. 3-2 Bengals. Centennial behind their own net, looking to get some momentum going. Tom Herron gets it up to center ice. Off the skate of his teammate Jordan Pitlick. Pitlick loses it the other way to Nick Simpson. Simpson shot is high. Comes back down where Centennial's able to pick it up. Herron was there. Across center ice now, the pass is a little bit long. They're trying to get it to Pitlick. The Cougar fans want some more. Still unable to get a shot on goal here in the period. The Bengals slap it down. Copa reaches out, gets the puck. He'll get it all the way up to the neutral zone where his teammate climbs, waiting for it, runs into a Cougar. The shot here in front of the net. They won't get the shot. Looked like they were going to have an opportunity there as the Bengals and Tyler Frischman had an open look. Waiting for it was the goalie Munson for the Cougars. Reiner Gorowski now near the right wing. All the way around the cylinder on the far side now. At the blue line, Cougars try to pick it up. Nice job by Brandon Nortman of clearing it out. We're actually going to have an icing call, so it'll be a face-off down here in the Bengal zone. An opportunity, Rosie, for the Cougars to try and get another shot. They've really struggled offensively, despite scoring 2 goals.
Right, if they can just break the Bengals defense there, get a few more shots, I'm sure they'll be successful.
.06 to go now on the clock. So here we go now, down behind the Bengal net. They're going to try to take control back. Schwartz has got it center ice. Sina there as well. In front of the Cougar net, diving for it was a defender. Munson needed some help there. He got it. Here comes Reiner Gorowski. Tries to get the wrist shot around, and he runs hard into the net. And now we got a little bit of a fight breaking out. And it is Sina in on the play. The guys, the emotions getting to them a little bit. So quite the series of events here. We apologize. We're trying to get power back up here, and now we have got it. So now we can see what we're telling you. The officials will talk it over right now, but it looks like there's going to be a penalty here. It may be offsetting, but we saw Sina was in on the action as the Cougars ran into the net hard on that last shot. The officials will see what the call is. Looks like the box is open. The Cougars probably going to go in. Hanging out looking for an explanation is Hans Gorowski. Now we can show you what happened. Here's Hans Gorowski, runs hard into the net, and then afterwards Sina ran into the goalkeeper for the Bengals, and then it looks like the Bengal goalkeeper then punched Sina back, and so it's probably going to be offsetting, but an interesting take there on the replay. So the penalties are going to be offsetting, it looks like, on Katola, the goalkeeper, and then Kenny Sina for the Cougars. It's a roughing penalty. Joey Lau will serve the penalty for the Bengal goalkeeper, Katola. As you saw in the replay, it looks like Sina just kind of skated into Katola, and then Katola thought he was getting hit, so fired right back. Physical play from these two squads. So roughing penalties officially on both teams. The penalty column filling up here on the score sheet as the Bengals now will take it. Nordeman down into the far side of the field, or the rink rather. Here come the Cougars right back across center ice is Wyatt Close. Close run into by a defender. Good job defensively by Copa. Cougars long slap shot. It's a little bit wide. That one from Tom Herron at the blue line. The puck loose behind the Bengal net. Nobody there for it. Now the Bengals claim it, and Wiley will clear it out to center ice. Waiting for it is Close. And now the fans want another penalty. We saw a high stick on the far side. This shot high over Patrick Munson. The Bengals in the neutral zone again. Following the offsetting penalties, this shot is going to go into the glove. Nice save for Munson, who has been tested tonight. Rosie Erickson rejoining me now, and Rosie, officially, they were offsetting penalties. We saw just a few moments ago, 2-minute roughing penalties. Okay. Kenny Sina for the Cougars, and it was the goalie, Bailey Katola for the Bengals, but serving the penalty is Joey Lau.
Okay.
And so shortly here, both teams are still at full strength because the penalties are offsetting, but it's the 5th penalty on each team tonight. Shows you just how physical they are.
Right, and that's going to be one of the keys that determines the victory here, because obviously they're successful in the power plays.
Yes, both teams have been very successful. No power play opportunity on this one, though. Hughes throws an elbow at a Bengal and in front of the Cougar net. No whistle. 12 minutes to go now, an intense battle here. 5 shots on goal from the Bengals in this period, none from the Cougars. Just 4 all night with 12 minutes to go in the second. Behind the Cougar net now comes Frischman and the Bengals. Looking for an opening, a centering pass out front. Centennial's defense seems to improve a little bit here in this second period so far.
That's something that Gorowski said that they needed to improve in order to win, is their defense.
Something that Coach Minnie says his team has been working on extra in practice this week as well, is great defensive coverage. Practicing on their strengths, he says, and also trying to get those rebound opportunities. Pitlick, one-on-one, makes his way around the defender, but then a great job of stopping it is Tyler Mackey. The Bengal defender gets his stick out front. I tell you, when Lovett gets free, Rosie, he can make it rain. Behind their own net now, the Cougar captain, Herron, gets it to the near side. Back out in front of the net, Munson in trouble. The rebound opportunity is no good. It goes a little wide as Munson was on his toes a bit there. Patrick Munson, I saw, after the first goal of the game came just 25 seconds in. The last couple of shots on Munson, he looked a little bit rattled, very frustrated, but he's come up here in the second period with 6 early saves.
Blaine's just going to keep knocking it over into the goal, so he's going to have to save a lot.
Well, and here they come again. Nordman in on the action again, and Nordman has had a heck of a game. The junior center for the Bengals. The slap shot here from the blue line, more of a pass it was from Vesio. Out in front of the net, they're tangled up. And another battle. Munson makes the stop, and a couple of players falling on each other. Joe Blommer, I think it was Tyler Frischman again, number 28 in a play. Look one more time. Munson makes the save, and Gorowski making a little shove, and then the Bengals doing the same thing. Tyler Klein getting into it a bit.
Munson taking a few hits there, as we saw in the replay, getting hit in the helmet twice.
Officially a shot on goal there, makes the Bengals 20th of the night. Okay, here we go. Munson looking for some help, gets it from his defenders. They'll try to clear it up across center ice. They do. Gorowski, centering pass out front is picked off. Looking for Kenny Sina. Sina was there, but the Bengals defense getting in the way. Great job of the Bengals of stepping up defensively. The Cougars with a shot, glove save, Katola. And finally, Centennial gets another shot on goal, just their 5th all night long. A great glove save by Katola, just happy to have some work down there. Look at Coach Dave Oss, his team 14-4-1. Says play our game, block shots. Well, they did it right there. One of his keys to victory tonight. We saw him do a good job defensively on that play. Under 10 minutes to go now in the second. Another hit at the blue line. Play resumes. Nordman looking for a pass. Finds Tyler Klein down in the corner. Klein trying to go around the backside. Back out right wing. Wrist shot. No good. Munson with a save. Tyler Klein, most of the times he gets that puck, Rosie, he's going to score.
Right.
Great job by the goalie.
Great effort by
up.
Klein as well. He really worked it all the way behind the nets, as we'll see in this replay. Came up around and created that opportunity to take that shot.
Yeah, he came up very wide, and Munson looks like he almost thought he lost it there. He was still reaching around, but happy to find the puck in his glove. Left wing face-off, nobody gets it. Finally, Wyatt Close and the Cougars control it. They try to go the other way. Juergens loses it momentarily, gets it back out front of the Bengal net, where Tanner Tufte is waiting for it. Tufte now behind the Bengal net, battling for the loose puck, finding Adam Anderson for the Cougars in the way. 5 penalties on each side. We got an icing here. Last time these two teams played, Rosie, Coach Austin said, you know, it's usually a physical game between these two teams, but he said, we're going to play with more finesse. They did that in that last game. They won 2-1 in overtime. He says, their game has changed a bit since years past. He says, we don't have to be as physical to win. The Cougars, on the other hand, it's kind of their staple. They have spent more penalty minutes in the box than their opponents have this season. 221 of them. They're used to being there. That's just their style. Pitlick now in the neutral zone, loses it. Cougars get it back. Colin Hughes into the game. And now it's Ryan Meany, the defender, trying to clear it down into the corner. Hughes hustles to the back of the Bengal net, trying to make a play on it. Puck will fly into the ceiling yet again. Low ceiling here. It's almost as tall as you, Rosie.
I know. I'm getting there. Jeez.
You've got the advantage of about 8 steps here, but other than that, very low ceiling. So of course the whistle. Now we'll have a face-off near where it left the stick.
Feel the intensity at this point.
Well, it's become a little bit quieter because it's been a very even second period so far.
Right.
Somebody trying to step up here and take control of the game. You know, the Bengals won that last game 2-1. Coach Oz says they've outplayed Centennial big time in that game, but only won by a goal. And he said that was evidence of just how good Centennial is.
Right.
The Cougars have only lost 1 game since that Bengal loss.
Well, that's the point. Not only is Blaine Cougars' rival, but they want to come back.
Both of these teams playing very well this year in the top 10 in Class 2A. They've been shifting around that top 10 for most of the season. The last time these two teams played, it was just the 3rd game of the year for both teams. We are now nearing the end of the regular season, and so certainly 2 very different teams. It's not that usual that these teams wait so long to play each other that second time. The schedule a little bit different this year. Both coaches commenting on that. The Bengals continuing to threaten down here, peppering the goal. We got a big couple of hits on the near side. The fans are going wild. And no whistles here as both teams continue to just push and shove legally. Granted, they are allowed to check, but it's one after the other here on the near boards. We can feel it up here. 7 minutes to go now, second period of play. In front of the net, the shot and the goal. The Bengals get it to make it 4-2. Jesse Norling for the Bengals. The first goal of the period comes 9 minutes and 44 seconds in. The largest lead of the night by either team, and Jesse Norling, a captain on this squad, coming up big time here. Look one more time, you'll see he gets the pass out here, right side. Oh, easy. Deflects off his stick and goes in. Right there, the shot and the goal, making it 4-2.
Impressive play by Blaine. You could tell they had that set up. Centennial coming back pretty hot, but couldn't hold on to it.
The goal is Norling's 8th of the season, and Joey Lau again in on the assist. Lau had that crucial assist on the Gerard's goal in the first period that made it 2-1 Bengals. And Lau influential in getting that one right out in front of the net. We got a penalty now as well as you take a look inside the penalty box where Alacopa will sit down. It's a tripping penalty on Copa. 2 minutes, so the Cougars down 2 will have the power play opportunity now. They are 1 for 1, or excuse me, 2 for 2 in that department. The shot here is wide. So Centennial trying to rebound here after that last goal. Hughes, the slap shot is high into the safety net. And so it'll go the other direction here with a minute 26 left on the power play. So both these teams have scored every time they've had a power play opportunity, Rosie. You mentioned it a few minutes ago. They're both very successful on the power play. Can Centennial do it here?
Absolutely, and they need to finish and get that goal here to boost their confidence. They're down by 2.
Still plenty of time left, but especially nearing the end of a period, going into the locker room with some momentum could prove to be huge. Here they come across center ice, do the Cougars. Down 2 goals, it's Gorowski. In the corner now, Reiner Gorowski gives chase. Colin Hughes has got it on the near side. The Bengals clear it. Anderson gets his stick on it at center ice. Pretty impressive.
Yeah,
the puck is
say.
flying free, swinging at it like a baseball bat. Knocks it down, but nonetheless is still an icing call. So good effort. But it'll be a face-off down here in the Cougar zone. An opportunity for the Bengals. One more time here, that last sequence. Swing, and he knocks it down, but it's still going to be an ice. Under 6 to go now, a little less than a minute on the power play. The Cougars trying to take advantage. Meany loses it, watches it fly all the way down behind the Cougar net. The Bengals power play kill on the season is just 69%. They've got 30 seconds to kill a big one here. They have held the Cougars to 5 shots all night. Absolutely impressive defense for the Bengals. A little over 5 minutes to go now. Near side comes Wyatt Close. Now on the far side for the Cougars, Sina and a couple of others close there as well, trying to get the loose puck out of the skates of Ian Scheid. Scheid not giving up. Frischman there helping him out. Girads as well. The Bengals now back to full strength, killing the power play for the first time tonight. Big defensive stand for Big Blue. Another whistle here. It'll be Adam Pitlick going to the box. So here we go. That's the 7th penalty on Centennial.
Pitlick not looking happy in the penalty box there.
We'll hear the official call momentarily as we wait for face-off. Frischman will do battle with Gorowski on the left wing. Another whistle here. Another whistle.
Minor penalty on the Cougars, number 9, Jordan.
It's a boarding penalty on Pitlick with 4:42 to go in the period. And a big opportunity for the Bengals, already up 4-2 and holding Centennial to 6 shots. An opportunity here for the Bengals to add to their lead.
The Cougars
they have scored every time they've had the power play as well.
Right, the Cougars have only had 2 shots in the second period.
Here Centennial comes shorthanded. The shot into the chest of Katola, making the stop. Good job by Katola getting his body out in front of it. Andrew Bertrand there. You saw had the shot. It'll be the 3rd shot on goal of the period.
Right.
7 now for Centennial and minute 28 left in the power play. And we got another penalty. This one is going to be on Joey Lau. So we'll be 4-on-4 for the next minute 28. And then the Bengals, or excuse me, the Cougars will have the power play for about 30 more seconds after that. Math whizzes, keep track of all the penalties for me, would you?
At this point, who can capitalize?
It's an interference penalty. 4 minutes to go now. 4-on-4 for the next minute. Pushing and shoving down in the corner. Meany tries to get position now. Reiner Gorowski's got it in their own zone. The Bengals quickly intercept it. It is again Norderman now behind the Centennial net, trying to go around the backside. He nearly caught the Cougar goalie off guard, Rosie. Norderman trying to come around from behind. Munson wasn't ready for it, but made the stop regardless. Katola gives way to Copa behind his net. 33 seconds on the 4-on-4. Here comes Klein! The shot on the goal! Over Munson! Big Blue makes it 5-2. Tyler Klein does it again. His first of the night.
Blaine's lead is slowly creeping up.
Klein, the leading scorer for the Bengals, with his 19th of the season. Here's one more look. Ring it up, says 26. 5-2 on the 4-on-4. The Bengals taking advantage of that opportunity. And here's the one more look. You'll see Klein unassisted, top shelf over Munson for the lead. 5-2 Bengals. Wow, Rosie, the Bengals have come out in this second period, absolutely firing.
Can the Cougars respond at this point? They still have a full another period.
They will give Alex Copa an assist on that goal. So Copa with the assist. Excellent job helping out Klein to get in position for the shot and the goal. They had nearly scored on the last sequence prior to that. But Klein with some impressive numbers on the season. Number 19 goes through the net. 2:43 to go now and 26 seconds for the Cougars on the power play here. But they are down on their heels in their own zone for the faceoff. Centennial trying to quickly take control here. Gorowski's got it, gets it back across center ice. Nice pass. They've got to try and take an opportunity quickly here. No good. Blaine defends nicely, but the Cougars back out in front. The shot, no good! Bengals defense stepped up. The Centennial Cougars, Rosie, had 2 or 3 official shots there. They call it 2 shots on goal quickly.
2 shots within seconds. It's more than they had. You know, it's about the same they had all period, so that was good for them.
Colin Hughes was in on the play. You see right here, 1 stop. It looks like Katola loses it, and then an excellent slap shot here from Hughes. The stop. Wyatt Close was waiting for the rebound, but you can't take it out of the Goldies' hands. And excellent job by Katola, who has not been tested much tonight, being peppered there on that last possession. Doing a good job racking up a few saves. 7 seconds left on the Cougar power play, but again, they are down here in their own zone. This Cougar bench was fired up, as were their fans, as they tried to cut into the lead there, but to no avail. We are back to full strength now. Tyler Klein coming at him again! This time, the Cougars make the stop. It is Munson there again. Munson with 19 saves tonight. A busy night for the Cougars in the net. 2:10 to go now in the period as we look at the replay. Tyler Klein trying to go backside. Schwartz with some good defense, breaking it up for the Cougars before Klein can get around the backside. Two minutes to go now in the second period. The Bengals intercept the pass, and they capitalize right away. It is Tyler Klein again. His second straight goal makes it 6-2 Bengals. Klein with 2 goals in as many minutes, Rosie Erickson.
Tyler Klein becoming a huge threat out there. If he already wasn't good enough. I mean, this is impressive by Klein.
3 goals in the period for the Bengals, matching their first period total, and Tyler Klein rings it up again, slamming into the boards in front of the Cougar fans with his second of the night, 20th on the season, and Cougar fans are shell-shocked right now on the near side of the rink.
About the same story by Tyler Klein within minutes, bringing their lead 6-2.
He has 2 assists on the night as well. How about a 4-point night so far with 2 goals and 2 assists from Tyler Klein? He's got an entire period to try and go for the hat trick. A stunner here at Fogarty now as the Bengals and the Cougars in what was a very evenly matched first period. Coach Oss said something to his guys in the locker room that got them fired up here during that first intermission.
Right, even this first half of this period, no successful shots. So the last few minutes for Blaine has been very impressive.
That's Blaine, unassisted at 15:03.
The Klein goal unassisted. And here come the Bengals again. It was Joey Lau this time. With 1:25 on the clock. Lau trying to get a shot of his own. Now the Bengals will try to reset. Meany playing some defense, pushing around Dallas Gerards down on the ice, trying to get possession, but the Bengals somehow come up with it. Now coming the other way are the Cougars. Jacob Mack into the game momentarily, gives it off to Hans Gorowski in front of the net. Bengals are there. Good defensive effort for Blaine, and Tyler Mackey making life a little bit easier for Bailey Katola. 48 seconds to go now. Copa left-handed wrist shot, no good. Off the pads of Munson. 40 seconds to go now in a 6-2 game. Both of these teams can score quickly. Here comes Gorowski plowing into the boards. Anderson finds his way around a defender. And the Bengals come back with it. Trying to clear it to center ice. They just about get into the neutral zone. The Cougars keeping it down here in the Bengals end of the ice. Hard hit on the boards. Heron waits for it. 7 seconds to go. Time running out on the period. The Cougars continue to threaten Max Corey in the game. And the buzzer will sound to end a second period to remember for the Bengals. The Cougar fans silenced by 3 second period goals from the Bengals, 2 from leading scorer Tyler Klein. It's 6-2 Blaine over Centennial. We'll have the second intermission for you shortly here on North Metro TV.
Check it out. Oh, that is magnificent.
Here comes the big one, Elizabeth.
I love it so much. I'm feeling a little guilty on account of me being married. There are 8 wonders in the world.
I can't believe it.
Pinch me. I think I'm dreaming.
Okay.
No, it's real.
My name is Fran Sorensen. I am an artist. I'm an educator, and I have been educating students for 25 years. I am also a collector. I collect salt and pepper shakers. I collect postcards. I collect rocks. And I write on the bottom of all my rocks telling where they're from and who they're from. I love square dancing. I make my own TV shows free at North Metro TV, and I love it.
Get started by signing up for free TV production classes at 763-231-2803 or eric@northmetrotv.com.
Lionel Lakes is the gateway to the metro area, just minutes north of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Conveniently located on I-35W, this growing city still maintains its North Country feel. Lionel Lakes values its award-winning schools. Outdoor lovers will discover miles of hiking, biking, and water trails. Growing businesses will find premier development opportunities with great freeway visibility and ready to help your businesses grow. Come to live, work, and play in Lionel Lakes.
Back here on North Metro TV, where the Bengals are leading the Cougars 6-2 at the second intermission. It is chuck-a-puck time out on the ice, and our Rosie Erickson is down with Tyler Klein of the Bengals with 2 big second period goals. Rosie?
Here with number 26, Tyler Klein, scoring 2 goals in the last few minutes alone, making the score 6-2. 6-2. Where do you credit your success?
Most of the guys out on the ice with me, they were working hard down the corners, and the pucks just came to my stick. So I just had to shoot, and they went in the goal.
That's right. And then how has this game been different from your last when you played Centennial?
I'd say they're pretty similar, but we're just getting more pucks to the net and getting more traffic. Centennial's a good team. I'm glad we're keeping it and getting the score up.
And then how are you going to maintain your lead for the rest of the game?
Just play good, solid defense, helping our goalie out, block shots, and just get pucks out.
All right, well, thank you, Tyler, and good luck in the third period. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Rosie Erickson. Great job. Tyler Klein with his 19th and 20th goals of the season in a second period in which the Bengals dominated 3-0 in the period, allowing just a couple of shots on goal by the Cougars. Here's how the Bengals did it. It started out with Jesse Norling with the first goal of the period right there, assisted by Joey Lau, who's been huge tonight. The 8th goal of the season for Norling from Lau made it a 4-2 game, and then Tyler Klein with his first of 2, this one coming at 13:42, his 19th of the season. Alex Copa was in on the assist on the goal from Klein, made it a 5-2 game. Here's a look at Tyler Klein, the left-handed wrist shot. That was his 20th unassisted as Tyler Klein continues to put the pressure on for Big Blue, celebrating good times as the Bengals are up big, 6-2. Klein 1 away from a hat trick. He might be able to do that in the third period. He has been stellar tonight so far. Look at your game summary. Look at this. If I had a telestrator, we'd be circling the shots on goal, folks. 25-9. The Cougars getting outshot. Centennial 2 for 4 on the power play. Pretty good. The Bengals are 3 for 3 on the power play. 5 penalties on the Cougars tonight. And the Bengals, a couple penalties as well. In fact, I've got, I think, 7 for Centennial, 7 for Blaine total, with a couple of offsetting penalties in there. So, boy, these two teams are playing physical. They don't like each other. The scoreboard, though, says it all as the Bengals lead 6-2. We'll have period number 3 for you after this here on North Metro TV. Stick around.
What is North Metro TV Public Access? It's a community of amateur TV producers working together to make the kind of TV shows they want, taking free television production classes and gaining hands-on experience with our professional studios and equipment right here in Blaine. Get started by calling 763-231-2803 or visit northmetrotv.com. So, what is it? You tell us.
Change the channel. Change the channel. Make a sound. Share the echo.
Share the echo and show the world your face. It is your right to seek.
It is your right to receive. It is your right to impart.
The doors of public distribution are constantly changing.
It is our duty to bar those doors from closing.
We will not let our voices be silenced through legislation, through commodification, through the lumbering giants pulling the plug. I believe in public access.
I believe in public access. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Fogarty Arena in Blaine, and I'm Matt Johnson. Rosie Erickson is joining me in the interim. We're hoping that our friend Matt Bishop will be able to rejoin us at some point here. We're getting set for the third period of action, and a beautiful night outside and inside for hockey. Rosie Erickson, the fans soaking it all in as it is 6-2. The Bengals have dominated this game, primarily in the second period. The first period was very close despite the Cougars being outshot by nearly 3 or 4 times. As we get ready for the third period, they're going to have to put some pressure on offensively. If they want to get back in this game, they're going to have to do it quick. Bengal fans loving it. Centennial fans here on the near side, near us, in disbelief. As we get set for the start of period number 3, Goals in the first period for the Bengals from Nordeman, Giraz, and Wiley. And then Norling scored to start off the second period. And then Tyler Klein got 2. No Cougar goals in the second period. And they've had just 9 shots all night. 25 shots on goal for the Bengals, Rosie. And you spoke with Tyler Klein, the star of period number 2. He had some pretty interesting thoughts as they get set for another period of play.
Yeah, and, you know, he was pretty calm, you know, and thinks that Blaine can really take it home.
He said they'd have to focus on defense in the third period.
Right.
Obviously, being up 4, that would be your strategy, is to try to, you know, hold the other team without any more goals. They could let 4 go through and they'd still be okay.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening. We've had pretty good play from both goalies tonight. Katola with 7 saves. But, you know, he had just 2 saves at the end of the first period. The Cougars had 2 goals. On the other side, 20 saves for Munson, but 6 goals allowed. He averages just over 2 goals allowed per game, so he has certainly not had a night that he'll want to remember.
The Cougars are definitely going to need to take way more shots. They took 4 in the first period, 5 in the second. Need to take a lot more to stay in this.
Well, here come the Bengals and Nordeman threatening early on. Tyler Klein is with him, tries to go backhand for the hat trick, and not yet. The Cougars get it back on defense. Reiner Gorowski with some speed between a couple of defenders. Right-handed wrist shot in the glove save for Katola, getting tested here early in the third period. One more time, Rosie. Reiner Gorowski, good job of skating between a couple of defenders, but that's not a very high percentage shot. You got to take higher percentage shots than that if you want to try to get back on the board here.
He's an amazing player out there, Reiner Gorowski. We got to speak about him before the game.
Gorowski, the younger of the 2 brothers on the team. His brother Hans is a senior captain. Hans Gorowski does have a goal tonight. The other Cougar goal is from Bertrand. And Reiner Gorowski has got 2 assists.
Well, as you know, he does have 37 points in the season, though. So Reiner is standing out this season for the Cougars.
Leading Cougar goal scorer with 15 on the year. 15 minutes and a little bit of change to go here in the third and final period. The Cougars in front of the Bengal net looking for some room to skate. Andrew Bertrand down there in the corner. Across center ice here. We're going to have a penalty coming as both teams switch lines. I think we're actually okay. No penalty. They wave it off. In their own zone now, the Bengals trying to set things up. Will it be interesting to see, Rosie, how conservative of an approach the Bengals have here in the third period?
Right. Who knows? I mean, last game, they probably just want to bring it to him since last game was so close. You know, but with this advantage, with 4-point lead, I would think they would just want to stay conservative, like you said.
Centennial now losing the faceoff as they are down in the Bengal zone where they could use some help. Back across center ice. Bengals controlling for the moment, and Zach Wiley high over the official's head, nearly into the Bengals student section.
That looked dangerous.
That'll leave a mark. 14:20 to go on the clock. Cougars have changed the line as the Bengals have got it behind their own net, nearly losing it. Pitlick steals it momentarily from Zach Wiley, and Pitlick unable to find some room for the centering pass out front. And it's going to be a tripping penalty coming up here as we saw Nordeman go to the ice. It's a tripping penalty on Centennial, and Nordeman says yes, sir. So we'll have a Bengal power play coming, and it looks like Connor Lovick is the culprit. I apologize if I said Adam Lovick a few times. His older brother used to play for the Cougars. So Connor sits down. 2 goals and 6 assists in the year. He'll be off the ice for the tripping penalty, as it was very clear he took Norderman down. The Bengals have been stellar on the power play tonight, and they do it again. Tyler Klein with the hat trick.
3 in a row. Tyler Klein looking amazing out there.
Klein with his 3rd of the night, 3rd straight goal. It makes it 7-2, and there are hats on the ice in front of the Bengals student section. Here they come. Tyler Klein with his 21st of the season, and the stocking caps come flying. That one somehow gets past Patrick Munson, and that's what a hat trick looks like, folks. Tyler Klein going left side, and it is, you can hear a pin drop over here on the near side, the Cougars fan section. Hey, I lost my hat. The officials quickly pick up the 3 or 4 hats thrown onto the ice and get them back to their respective owners, as the Bengal fans have certainly got something to cheer about.
Pick it up with that trick. 21st goal of the year, number 26, Tyler Klein. Assisted by number 23, Jesse Norway.
So 7-2 after the 21st goal of the year by Tyler Klein.
But then Joey Lau comes around, working hard to get that goal right there.
Well, and Blake Miller has just come into goal for the Cougars after that last Tyler Klein goal, and Blake Miller tested early, and Joey Lau makes it 8-2. And they're actually going to be talking it over here at the scorer's table. It has not gone on the board yet, and now it does.
Well, Joey Lau sticking to it. You know, he took a few shots before he was successful.
Lau with his 8th goal, or excuse me, Joey Lau has got his 10th now of the season. And they're threatening again. Blake Miller is in at goal for Centennial, the junior. And 2 goals in about a minute, Rosie.
Right, they are not letting up.
Well, we thought they were going to play conservatively, but that's why we're not hockey coaches. We should have known better that Blaine is a type of team that likes to keep the pressure on. Here comes Bertrand for the Cougars, trying to get something back. With 12 minutes to go for Centennial, they are going to have to find a way to move on after this one.
We're seeing that the Blaine Bengals are going to play their game all the way through.
At center ice, Max swings and misses a little bit at the puck. He hit it just slightly, not the shot he was looking for, with 12 minutes remaining. In their own zone, the Bengals taking their time with a lot of subs now in the game, Rosie, and Jack Mychik, one of them. He's a captain on this squad, a senior winger, is in the game. Jordan Turnquist also on the ice. Tanner Tufte for the Bengals, an icing call. So the Bengals emptying their bench a bit here. Look one more time at that last goal from Joey Lau. Whoop! Just like that, saw it come out of the air, and he says, write it down. Took that puck out of midair, set it down, and slapped it in for the shot in the goal. 31-11 in the shots on goal department. The Cougars are getting pummeled. And Blake Miller has to come into the game, allows a goal to go through right away, and his team is down big.
Well, about 6 minutes into this period and already have 2 goals.
Big hits on the far side. Reiner Gorowski is slow to get up for the Cougars. And it's going to be a penalty on the Bengals and Jack Mychik. We'll have to wait to call it. I would like to say roughing. And Reiner Growski still is on one knee on the far side. He gets back up and will be able to skate back down the other end, no problem. Mychik with a goal and 10 assists on the year. This is the first playing time, ice time we're seeing for him tonight. Face off right wing. Now the Cougars take the shot. Bounces off a Bengal defender and goes wide left. Adam Anderson was trying to put the pressure on. 10 minutes to go now. 1:50 on the power play for the Cougars. It's an elbowing penalty on Mychik, so it's not rough. I apologize. Mychik in the box for elbowing. 1:29 in the power play. The Cougars, the shot is high and no good. It was Adam Anderson again threatening. Pitlick is in there as well for the Cougars. Anderson's got it at center ice, taking his time, trying to set up the offense. The pass does not go where he wants it to. And the Cougars just look really off kilter tonight, Rosie.
At this point, they're just going to want to stop the shots by the Bengals. Don't let them get any more of a lead.
The damage is bad enough. Another Bengal penalty. So that's getting a little bit busy in the box over there as Tyler Mackey will join Mychik in the box. So the Cougars with a two-man advantage now. It's a tripping penalty on Mackey. He had an assist on the first goal of the night. So for 30 seconds, Centennial will have 5-on-3 and try to take advantage of it. The shot no good, a little bit wide off the pads. It was a great effort by Colin Hughes. And it'll be 15 more seconds for the Cougars. Anderson in front of the blue line at the point. The shot from Gorowski. Tries to get his own rebound. No good. The Cougars can't go around the other way. And the Bengals will clear it, and that will make it a now one-man advantage, as it is the Cougars on the power play for the next minute 10 up a one-man. 5-on-3 there for a moment. Reiner Gorowski from the point. Shot into the skates. The pads of Katola. Under 8 now to go. Gorowski wants it again. Fakes the shot. Gets the pass to Anderson. A whistle. And another, I believe, Bengal penalty.
Well, the Cougars were able to take a lot more shots off on net. Just have not been able to finish quite yet.
And I think it's actually going to be, offsetting penalties on Bertrand and Norling. So Bertrand will go to the penalty box for the Cougars. Jesse Norling will go to the penalty box for the Bengals. And offsetting penalties, the clock's still running right now. The clock is running. And the whistle has been blown. The officials are talking this over as we get set for a face-off with a 6-goal lead for the Bengals. It's going to be 5-on-5 here, as offsetting penalties have one player in the box for each team. 6:45 to go in this one. A 6-goal lead for the Bengals, and the Bengals not happy about this. There's a fight breaking out down in the corner. The officials will try to break it up, but you saw the Cougars attacking the goal, and their goalie, Bailey Cantola, was down. A Cougar literally jumped over him. And I think it was actually Kenny Sina who's going to be most likely penalized here as the clock continues to run. It must be on running time now with the 6-goal lead. Sina will regrettably go to the box and join his teammate, Andrew Bertrand. Clock continues to wind down as we await the official call 10 goals and 17 assists, but look at all the time he spent in the box. 26 penalty minutes on the season for Sina, and he'll sit down here. Jumps over the goalie. I don't know.
Wow.
He really made contact with him.
That was intense no matter what happened there. I was a little confused. But it was everything I thought my first fight was going to be.
It was everything you thought it would be. Oh, wow. I'm glad we could make that happen for you tonight. Now, if it was the NHL, they'd probably let him go a little further, a little longer.
You know, I obviously have watched some NHL fights, but in high school I have yet to see it.
You saw a bit of it right there, and with these two teams, I'm not surprised.
Blaine first, 39, Iron 5, and Centennial number 11, getting silent, both 10 minutes for
Wow. Okay, Rosie, the penalties are actually offsetting Sina for the Cougars, and then it was Ian Scheid for the Bengals. They are 10-minute major penalties for misconduct. So there's only 4.5 minutes left in the game.
Right.
So they are out for the rest of the game. Sina and Scheid basically ejected from the game for misconduct. 10-minute penalty with only 4 to go. Wow. You don't see that very often. But the intensity continues to build, and some Cougar fans already heading to the exits. They don't want to see any more of this one.
Looks like a few of the parents are gone. The student section's still there.
Well, I think security in the building is going to have to be sure they're on their toes here at the end of this one. They always do a good job of here at Fogarty Arena of having security on site, but you know, when these two teams get together, it gets intense. A shot here and a goal for the Cougars. Andrew Bertrand with his second of the night. And it follows another Bengal penalty just 20 seconds ago. Bertrand with his second of the night, and he's also got 2 assists. A pretty good night for him, and that'll make it 8-3. The Cougars cutting the Bengal lead, if you will, to 5. Long left-handed wrist shot, doesn't go, and then it looks like Gorowski.
Was it not? Bertrand, it was so close next to each other.
It was Gorowski with the goal, Bertrand with the assist. So, yeah, it looks, Rosie, at first like Bertrand had got it all the way through, but it was actually Gorowski who picked it up and put it through. And excellent job by the Cougars. Hans Gorowski scoring his 15th of the year.
Great, a much-needed goal for the Cougars.
.251 to go and counting. Bengals emptying the bench. Into the game now is, I believe, Riley Tufte is in the game, a freshman winger, perhaps related to Tanner Tufte, his older brother. Well, one of those Bengal hockey families. There are so many of them. The Gorowski brothers, we got 2 other, excuse me, the Gorowski brothers, of course, the Cougar hockey family. It seems like in this area there's a lot of them. 2.5 minutes to go now in a Bengal victory. Interference penalty called on Corey for the Cougars. Every other minute we've got a penalty, Rosie. I've lost track long ago. Certainly in double digits for both of these teams in penalties, though, tonight.
Quite a different game compared to last time they played.
Well, yeah, last time it was a close game. The Bengals felt like they outplayed the Cougars. They outshot them, but only won by a goal in overtime. This one has had Bengal domination written all over it. Outshooting Centennial 32-17. And both teams with too many penalties to count. They weren't as heavily penalized in the last game as they have been tonight. with revenge on the Cougars' minds. They were a little bit more physical.
Right.
The Bengals, in turn, here at home, trying to defend their house.
And they're both obviously still fired up, just want to finish this game strong.
Minute and a half to go now. The Bengals will have a power play for the remainder. About 45 of the next minute and a half. Adam Anderson across center ice for Centennial, and whistle and an offside penalty as trailing too far behind for Centennial was Reiner Gorowski.
All right, well, hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to some of the Blaine Bengals players since they were so successful tonight.
Yeah, Klein with the hat trick. Joey Lau getting a goal. He has a couple of assists tonight as well. Some of the stars for Big Blue waiting to hang out with Rosie Erickson. We'll have that for you in just a moment, so don't go away, folks. Post-game interviews are coming right up with 1 minute remaining here from Fogarty Arena. 1 minute to go here on North Metro TV in the third and final period. 8-3 Bengals. And a game that has Cougar fans, the ones that are still here, in absolute disbelief. Coming into this game, Blaine was 14-4-1. They'll improve to 15-4-1, and the Cougars will fall to 15-4-2. Showing you just how evenly matched these two teams are. The 8th and 9th ranked teams in Class 2A in the state of hockey. And Minnesota. Cougars trying to get one more here at the end, but the Bengals will likely clear it here and run out the next 12 seconds and call it a day. The Cougars student section now are heading off with 5 seconds to go. Still a lot of hitting going on in the final seconds. We had a fight tonight on the ice, not only between these two teams in scoring, but it got physical too here at Fogarty, as it usually does. Bengals win it 8-3 over the Cougars. They improved to 15-4-1. We'll have the post-game wrap for you right after this on North Metro TV. Stick around.
Known for its vineyards and hilltop villages, Umbria is also known for its delicious tasting pizza. Made traditionally from the finest ingredients, Umbria Pizzeria will make you taste the difference, smell the love, and transport you to Italy.
La cena è pronta. Dinner's ready.
You might even begin to feel like an Italian.
Delicioso.
Umbria Pizzeria, turning taste into memories.
If you need seamless gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy!
For your full-service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy!
If you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy! I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say, I know a guy!
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Fridley, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Join Ben Hale every Friday on North Metro TV News.
Welcome back here to Fogarty Arena in Blaine. The Bengals victorious tonight, 8-3 over the Centennial Cougars, and the Bengal fans have got to be pretty happy about it. And they get their 15th win of the season with a couple of goals in the third period. Tyler Klein, of course, we saw was lit up in the second period with 2 goals. He gets his 21st of the season for the hat trick in the third period, just 3 minutes in. And here's how it looked. Back of the net, and the hats were flying on the ice as he salutes the Bengal cheering squad. And then Joey Lau made it 8-2 with his 10th of the season from Jesse Norling here. It was right in front of Lau. Picks it up out of the air, sets it down, puts it through. Made it 8-2. And Joey Lau from Klein for the final goal of the night. Andrew Bertrand had one in the third period as well. This made it 8-3. Bertrand with his 15th of the season and his second of the night. Andrew Bertrand for the Centennial Cougars. But the real stat tonight, other than the score, was the shots on goal. Blaine dominating 32 shots to Centennial's 18. The Bengals 4 for 4 on the power play. Centennial just 2 of 6. And yes, there were penalties, folks. 8 minutes in the box for the Cougars, 12 for the Bengals. Now we're going to send it down ringside to our Rosie Erickson with a couple of the Bengal stars on the ice tonight. Rosie, take it away.
Here once again with Tyler Klein, but also with Joey Lau. Very successful night for the Blaine Bengals, winning 8-3. Are you happy with that?
Definitely, you got to be happy with the W.
Where do you think you were successful, Joey?
Just getting a lot of shots low on net. Last game we shot a lot into his chest and into his gloves, so getting a lot of rebounds and traffic in front was big for us.
Well, obviously you did really well, Tyler. You got a hat trick tonight. What was your mindset coming into this game?
Mindset was just going to work hard and just help the team gain a W.
And then, Joey, what do you think your team altogether learned from tonight?
Since the first game, it was such a close game, and this game was a little more lopsided. Every game we got to come out and win and work hard, and any game can turn out any way, I guess.
Well, great job, guys. Working real hard, winning 8-3. Good luck in your next game, and great job tonight. Thank you so much. Back to you, Matt.
So Tyler Klein with the hat trick tonight, 3 goals. Joey Lau had one as well. He also had a couple of assists, as you saw there. A big night for Big Blue as they win 8-3 here at home at Fogarty Arena. And they now have won 2 games over Centennial on the season. They improved to 15-4-1 overall. The Cougars fall to 15-4-2. That's a wrap here from Fogarty Arena. For Rosie Erickson, my colleague Matt Bishop, our director Ken Kipp. I'm Matt Johnson. Have a great night, everybody.